the ones I didn't even get to, I drop them in the chat at the end of the show, and also I drop them in the description. So if you want to find these articles, they will be in the links at the end of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only PDawgKnight.
Hello. I fixed it. Somehow I got on the wrong stream key. That's weird. I was in the wrong damn channel. I don't even know how that happened because I had the right one open anyway. And I don't know why the Free for All Friday logo's up there. Let me fix that real quick. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host Marty, also known as PDawgKnight on the internet. Welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where sometimes things just don't go the way you intend them to. And so you get stuff like this, and look at that. Poof, there we go. We're back to normal. Hi, happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Mine was pretty damn good. Got to go see Lady Boomer's cousin, who we haven't seen for a while, and got a lot of stuff done around the house. She even hung up all of my coffee cups. That was really cool. And so that's a whole story. I have all these I have tons of coffee cups because I collect them wherever we go. And we used to have them all in like these one cabinet. We're starting to fill up the entire cabinet with coffee cups, and it's like, well, I can't do that. I gotta fix that. So she bought some racks that fit on the back of doors, and we got one on a pantry door and one on a door going to our basement. I've got I didn't realize I had like 80 coffee cups, or something like that. It's way too many. I don't know. But today's cup is brought to you is the Sunnyside Cafe in Black River Falls, Wisconsin. That's today's coffee. If you've never been to Black River Falls, a cute little town. I haven't figured out where the falls are there. There's not really falls, but it's a cute little town. And the Sunnyside Cafe was a great place to have breakfast on a stop on my way to Chicago. We took my mother-in-law to Chicago for her 84th birthday. So that was fun. So let's get into it because I got quite a few things. Plus, Gunfox has been generously providing the show with many things to talk about. So we'll use that too and get that. But first, I got to say hi to everybody. First in the chat today, Somnambule Nation gets the bell. There you go. Oh, what the hell? What the hell happened there? Let's try that again. There. Hey. Now some volume on that bad boy. I think. Wait, what knob is this? That knob doesn't have to be up. This one does. That one does. Okay, I got it figured out. Also, good morning, Avocado Stably. Good, how you doing? Now, unfortunately, the names are still @ names. I got to figure out how to fix that. Anyone know how to fix that? I've gone into the studio. I've gone into a different place. It doesn't tell you how to fix the @ names. It should be your name, and it's showing @ names, and it's really bugging me. But anyway, Midnight's in the house. How you doing? JB, what up? Jay Blizza, Somnambule Nation, I said, and Gunfox61, the administrator of our PDawgKnight Discord server. Also, Mike Savage, Blarg, Ms. Wild Wolf. Who else is here? Renee Mayette, how you doing? Good morning. Kara Soldier, Blue-Eyed Scream, hello. And my other favorite Canadian, Unacceptable Views. What else? Let's see. Attack Up Pack is in the house. How you doing? And the Pope is here. Pope Tyrannus III, the Blessed Lidge with the days. With today's message of hope from not the Father, not the Son, but from the Holy Ghost. And today's blessings of the Holy Ghost, There are 3 things I need to have a good life: good friends, good food, and a good rest. A kind heart and a clear conscience are added bonuses. That is a lovely message from our Holy Ghost ridden friend. Also, good morning too. I think that's everybody. I kind of am scrolling here, but I can't see any more names. So welcome everyone to the show. I'm glad you're here. Tyler F is in the house. I see you, Tyler. Took me a second. All right, and we have our first donor of the day. Well, actually, by the way, not our first donor of the day because Gunfox already did that. By the way, Gunfox, you are the new Streamlab Superstar sponsor of the day. With 3 messages. One says, U.S. news, let the party start. The other one says, Asian news. Okay, these are all accompanied by articles, by the way, that I'm working into. In fact, 2 of them work into what I was already doing. So I'm going to just use them, and you might not even notice who sent them. And then the third one says Central American Theater. Oh, actually, 2 of them are not. Well, one of them is working, whatever. And then Jay Blizzard dropping a tray in the tip jar. Greatly appreciated. Who says, saw a crazy documentary recently called The Act of Killing. It's about a massacre in Indonesia back in 1965. It's really hard to explain, so I'll just post it in Discord if anyone wants to see it. Hey, cool. Actually, you can throw it in the chat. I'll put it in the links today, too, if you have a link to it. And we'll throw it in the today's links, too. So thank you, JB. Appreciate it. All right. So that's the preliminary stuff. Let's get into the news and stuff that we do on the daily. First, today's holiday. I'm sorry. I got to say thank you to the people who have shared the stream too. Let's do that real quick. But before that, thank you, Avocado Diablo, dropping a 223, aka a small bullet in the tip jar, who says, "You cannot fix the thing. It is on YouTube's end. Also, what do you think of the theory that once the elections are done, the Dems will immediately end the shutdown?" Funny you should mention that. By the way, thank you for sponsoring the show. Funny you should mention that. That's one of 2 things they're waiting for, in my opinion. I think that they are trying to use the shutdown because there is an election on Tuesday in many states for many different offices, not the main ones, not the midterms, but lots of offices, state, some governors, that's in Virginia. There's Attorney General in North Carolina. There's different states, or no, Virginia. Well, anyway, there's off-year elections in a lot of states. And I sincerely think that part of the reason that they're not ending the shutdown has little to do with, well, it has something to do with their other reason, but they won't admit that they're just using the American people as leverage. But I think it's for election politics. And also, supposedly there is a big protest this week, too. Another one of those giant big organized protests, and this time in Washington, D.C. Now, I think the one in Washington, D.C., if they don't end this shutdown, could get a little hairy, and I think that's what they want. I think they want angry people in the street. It'll be easier to get angry people in the streets if you've taken away their SNAP benefits, and if you have the government shutdown, and you have a bunch of government employees who are pissed off. I think they want a coup. I think they want to cause trouble. And then when they bring out the National Guard or whatever to protect, because they were supposedly, the plan of this group that's organizing it says they want people surrounding the White House, the Capitol, and the Supreme Court. And they explicitly say they are not leaving until Donald Trump is driven out of office. This is like, this whole thing has been kind of like a color revolution in our own country. Because the last one, they said, "Oh, you're supposed to wear yellow." Oh, is yellow the symbol of our own third world nation color revolution? So yeah, I think Democrats not only are using this for leverage and trying to, and they're using the media as much as they can, but the media is kind of telling them, y'all are, you guys, this is your fault. But they're trying to use the media too, and all these influencers on X and all these stupid social media people to convince the American people that it's the Republicans who shut down the government. It's Donald Trump who shut down the government. In fact, they're calling it Trump shutdown. Well, how can it be Trump shutdown when Trump doesn't have a bill on his desk? Now, let's say they put a bill on his desk to open the country, open up the government, and he vetoed it. Then it would be Trump shutdown. But this is clearly Senate Democrats. But I digress. It's crazy. It's crazy. So thank you, Avocado Siabli. I think that theory is strong. The question was, what do you think of the theory that once the elections are done and Dems will immediately end the shutdown? I think they'll wait 4 more days. They'll wait till after the big protest in Washington this weekend. So there you go. All right. Yellow, really? Yellow color sky? Yeah, I don't know. All right. So, did anybody else show up here? No, they didn't. Okay. Now we've got 15 people in the chat, 8 likes. If you are so inclined, press the like button. And if you want to share the stream, well, some of you have already done it. Let's see who shared the stream, because I always try to acknowledge all yous. Okay. Thank you, Somnable Nation. Even though the stream has the wrong, for some reason it put the wrong thumbnail in there. I had it, but see, now notice here on mine is the correct thumbnail. So somehow it fixed itself after Somnable Nation posted the stream, because I had to redo the thumbnail. Anyway, so there you go. Thank you, Miss Wild Wolf, and also redoing the show. JB with our occasional samurai. Oh, you can't see any of that. What the hell? What is going on here? Oh my God, this is pissing me off. All right, let's fix that. There we go. Oh gosh, this is annoying. All right, so anyway, thank you. There you go. Somnable Nation and Ms. Wild Wolf and JB with our samurai GIF, whatever. Somnable Nation. November. Yeah. Oh, it is November. Yeah, we didn't get to do Rabbit. Sorry, we were not broadcasting on November 1st, so no Rabbit this month. Although you could do an audible Rabbit, but I haven't seen the Rabbit, so I don't know. Maybe there's no Rabbit this month, just because we don't do it on this day. Thank you, Renee Mayette, also tweeting out the show. Here's our daily woo from Ric Flair. Thank you, Tyre Alexander. Oops, I'm supposed to repost, not to just click the buttons. Let's try this again. There we go. And that one didn't work either. God, Marty, what's going on with you? And then also Miss Wild with the little cute kitty. It's either a kitty or a kitty. Oh, there's Rabbit. I was wondering. You rang. Although I would say Rabbit would have not that type of voice. Rabbit wouldn't be saying, you rang. Rabbit would be saying, you rang? You rang? Did you ring? Did you ring or not? Did you ring? Come on, I know you rang. So that would be a more rabbit-like rabbit. You rang. And then Ms. Wild Wolf and a bunch of retweeting the show, and Mike Savage with the daily. Let us go. Let us go. All right, thanks everyone for sharing the stream. Today's holiday is National Sandwich Day. Yeah, baby. Happy National Sandwich Day. I gotta say, this is kind of a dumb holiday, but I guarantee all the sandwich shops will be out there saying National Sandwich Day. For example, is this, who is this? This is Mike. What is that? Who's this? Oh, Jersey Mike's. Freebies and deals on National Sandwich Days. They got some special prices. I know Jimmy John's doesn't. Not that I know of. But hey, nothing like good PB&J or National Sandwich Day, or, oh my goodness, look at this thing. That's just a big ass piece of pastrami, a hunk of pastrami on rye. That's like something you get at Cat's Deli. That's, in theory, they're saying that is a Reuben. But it's not a Reuben until you put the Thousand Island dressing on it. I'm just saying. It's not a Reuben until you put the Thousand Island dressing on it. But that looks like a hell of a sandwich right there. You can't even see it. Holy shit, Marty. What's going on? There we go. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Holy moly. Oh, let's turn the music off, though. That music's hot, though. I like it. But look at this bad boy. Russian dressing on a Reuben? No. The original Reuben had Thousand Island dressing. Corned beef, Swiss cheese, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing on grilled rye. Often preferred marbled rye. But whatever. If you like a Reuben, I love me a good Reuben. And I've always wanted, now y'all heard of Cat's Deli, right? Hello, by the way, TC, aka Moist Tree Rat. Wasn't the other kid in here a minute ago, Ms. Wild Wolf? Maybe I didn't see it, the other kid. I saw Midnight in here. Hello, Midnight, by the way. P-Dawg was there when they invented the sandwich. Believe it or not, I wasn't necessarily there, but the Reuben was invented in my hometown of Omaha at the King Louis Rose Bowl. Now, there are some people say it was invented somewhere else, but no, it was invented at the King Louis Rose Bowl. And back when the King Louis Rose Bowl was open, they by far had the best Reuben of anywhere I've been. Now, except for Cats. I haven't been to get Cats. But that's one of my like all-time bucket list things to do. And I've been to New York City like 4 times and have never gone to Cat's Deli. So my next stop in New York City, that's like if you go to Chicago. If you go to Chicago, you got to go to Al's Beef to get their original Italian beef sandwich. But if you're in New York, you got to go to Cat's Deli. So anyway, P-Dawg predates the Reuben by 2 million years. Well, that's a true trillion years. My goodness. I'm like, am I the undead? What is this? Am I a vampire? How can I have 2 trillion years on a sandwich? Anyway, happy National Sandwich Day. Oh, there's another one. Now, that's not a Reuben either, but it looks pretty good because that's got some pickles in there and stuff. So anyway, happy National Sandwich Day. Other holidays, which I've spoken of that way too long. Give someone $1 day. It's give someone $1 day. I've never heard of that one. I'll give somebody $1 today. Color the World Orange Day. Why? Jellyfish Day, National Housewife Day, National Accessories Day. So grab a necklace or some earrings or some shit. Job Action Day and Cliche Day, which if you got your favorite cliche, I'd love to hear about it. Now, because it's national. Oh no, I was gonna put a Q&A on National Sandwich Day, but I've got to save that for something else. So never mind. Let me just close that because I got a question of the day, and maybe you guys can come up with some of these. We'll come to it in a minute. But also today's celebrity birthday. It is Dolph Lundgren's birthday. Now, did you know like Dolph Lundgren is like genius? I mean, he's a genius. He's got like a 240 IQ, and he's like a chemical engine. He's like a PhD in chemical engineering and some shit. And he's also, he's a martial artist. He's a singer. He's the total Renaissance man. And he's only like 7 years older than me, 7 years older than me. Yeah. Happy birthday, Dolph Lundgren. Whose greatest role ever was Drago Ivan Drago in the Rocky series. So there you go. So, but yeah, they mentioned The Expendables. Yeah, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant dude. So anyway, happy birthday, Dolph Lundgren. Let's get on to other stuff. Last night was Game 7 of the World Series. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Apparently came back in just storybook fashion against the Blue Jays to win the World Series. You know what's funny? I did not watch one single second of this year's World Series. And I used to love watching the World Series. It was one of those things that you just do because you're an American. And I feel like a bad American for not watching the World Series. And this Game 7 went 11 innings. I mean, a major extra innings game, and I missed it. So I'm going to leave the link here if you want to see the heroics that happened during the World Series. But I completely failed to watch the World Series this year. So congratulations to Los Angeles Dodgers. If you're a Dodgers fan, you're a happy motherfucker right now. Thank you, Avocados Diabli. Oh, Lord, here we go. Dropping another small bullet in the tip jar saying National Housewife Day and National Accessory Day are the same day? Question mark. Now that is the type of backhanded insult I would have engineered. Good one, whomever did that. And that's all I have to say about that. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Don't know who's gonna hear you. All right, moving on. Next, here's our Q&A today. Here's our Q&A. And I just saw this, and so I thought it'd be a good thing to put a Q&A. You can drop your answers in here. Joe Biden has secured a $10 million book deal for his presidential memoir. And the question is, what should it be named? Okay, so in today's Q&A, you get to tell us what you think they should name Joe Biden's presidential memoir. What should President Biden's, I wish I could type faster, memoir, I'll just put, presidential memoir, be titled. Don't put it in the regular chat. Put it in the Q&A as soon as I put this up here. It may take me a while. Holy shit, Marty. Come on. There we go. All right. There's today's Q&A. What should Joe Biden's presidential memoir be titled? You can click that link at the top of the chat, and you give us some titles. I'm going to give you mine, and I'm the only one who's allowed to put it in the chat, although some of you may have already done this. Yeah, who's the writer going to be? Well, it's obviously Jill. I think it should be called Anyway. That's what I think it should be called. I'm just telling you. I'm just tell you. So, all right, let me so there you go. That's the Q&A question of the day. What should Joe Biden's memoir be titled? Now, let me get a couple of Gunfox articles out of here, since he has dropped so generously 3 Hamiltons in the tip jar this morning. In India, there are 9 dead and dozens injured in a crowd surge at a Hindu temple in southern India. Gosh, that's terrible. A crowd surge at a popular Hindu temple in southern India left at least 9 people dead and dozens injured. Local authorities said Saturday the incident occurred at the Swami Venkateswara temple in the Srikakulam district of Andhra Pradesh state. I know you just, Gunfox, I know you put this here just so I have to read these names. State where hundreds of devotees had gathered to mark one of the Hinduism's sacred days, Ekadashi. Senior police officer KV Maheshwar Reddy told the Associated Press, on this day, the devotees fast and offer prayers to Lord Vishnu, a key Indian Hindu deity. The initial investigation suggests an iron grill meant to maintain the queue of worshippers at the temple broke, leading to the uncontrolled crowd surge. Senior local government officials in Swapnil Diknar Pudkar, that's his name, said more casualties were feared. Initially, we had reports of 7 deaths, but 2 more people have succumbed to their injuries, while the condition of the other 2 is critical. This is like a Who concert or something. Of the deceased, 8 are women, 1 is a child, Pundkar said, adding that at least 16 devotees injured in the crowd surge are being treated at local hospital, while 20 others are in a state of shock and put under observation at a different hospital. Video footage on local media, stop that, AP. Video footage on local media showed people rushing to help those who fainted in the crowd surge and were gasping for breath. Some were seen rubbing the hands of those who fell to the ground. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Andhra Pradesh's highest elected official, N. Chandra Babu, Naughty. Not Oh, Gunfox, you're killing me. You're killing me, brother. Expressed grief and offered their condolences to the family of the bereaved. Wow. I can just not imagine that, man. Going and whether it's a concert or a religious event or whatever, that there's a crowd surge that kills people. That many people too, and others this may not be the end of it. Hello Green Badger Outdoors, by the way. So that's very sad. That's very sad. Thank you, Gunfox, for that article. Also, Gunfox sent me this one. And this is an update, kind of what's happening in Jamaica with the hurricanes. People walk along muddled roads. This is the title, We Need Food, We Have No Food. Desperation takes hold in Jamaica after the hurricane. People walk along muddied roads, scavenging the wreckage for food. Others jump into damaged stores in hope of finding bottled water or other supplies. As the death toll rises, residents of Black River are searching for loved ones while they also battle to survive. Days after Hurricane Melissa made this Jamaican port city ground zero of the devastation seen across the Caribbean. Residents here say they have been living in a state of chaos that the last 3 days since Melissa slammed into them as one of the most powerful Category 5 storms ever recorded in the region. The fierce winds and storm surge had barreled through there, have decimated nearly everything, leaving roads unusable and a trail of destruction that has them increasingly desperate and isolated with no electricity or running water. Capsized boats lie curbside, brick buildings are split in half, giant sheets of metal are twisted between tree branches, vehicles sit crumbled in pieces. Residents who spoke to the BBC said they also see no aid trucks in the area so far and described having to eat what food they can find in debris by roads in the coastal town nearly 93 miles west of the capital, which is Kingston. Others made their way inside battered supermarkets, taking what they could for themselves. We have no use whatever we see here on the street. We have to use whatever we see here on the streets and also in the supermarkets, Damar Walker explained, sitting in a shaded area down the street from a store to escape the heat and 80% humidity. He said he and others had to climb into the market due to its roof caving in and took what they could. They tossed water and items to others also in need. We had to throw food to other people. Nearby, others told the BBC of a local pharmacy being looted in Black River, describing anarchy as people ran in and out carrying armfuls of drugs and alcohol. I saw items covered in mud being hauled out. Aldwayne Tomlinson told the BBC. At first I thought the place was still open, but then I really got a second glance. I heard a lady say, "Me need to get some alcohol." That's when I knew they were looting the pharmacy as well. Just down the road, a woman standing atop a pile of debris describes the situation as chaos. Chaos, total, no food, no water. We don't have access to money. We need help. No help has come. Chigan Brahm continued. One couple told the BBC that they owned multiple stores in the area, several of which had been looted. They are now standing guard outside of one of their stores in the hope of preventing future thefts. A short walk from the market, Jimmy Eason leaned against a massive metal beam that had been knocked to the ground. "I lost everything, all my things," he said. "We need food. We have no food." Survival is the primary concern on most people's minds, and the other is the rising death toll. Officials in Jamaica said Thursday that at least 19 people died in the country, a big jump from 5 that had been counted the day before. Another 30 have died in the neighboring Haiti due to the storm. Yeah, it's a long article. Lots of devastation in Jamaica. So I don't know if you can help out to any aid agencies, please do so, because they're desperate. I'm sure that many countries are going to be helping, especially the United States and Israel, who already had assets in the area ready to go. But it's going to be a long haul for the people of Jamaica and those places. So. If you're able, help them out a little bit. So thank you, Gunfox, for that article. All right, let's get into the main thrust of the day. More on the shutdown. The shutdown is still happening, and it's delaying SNAP for 42 million people. And we've been getting a lot of Democrats. I've been, every time I open X, there's a slew of Democrats, and their shills on the internet somehow blaming Donald Trump for the shutdown or blaming Republicans for the shutdown, when in the same breath they say, well, this is why we're shutting down the government. So they admit they're the ones shutting it down because they want, for the healthcare, whatever stuff, right? But then they blame Trump for the shutdown. That's weird because this is a continuing resolution that they've voted for at least 20 times over the last 10 years. But this one, no, they're using it as leverage, and they're keeping people from getting their SNAP benefits, or people getting from government employees getting paid as leverage to get their policy agenda passed. Fascinating. Oh, by the way, thank you, TC, dropping the six bomb in the tip jar. Appreciate. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. But you are this. Thank you, TC, the slutty squirrel with $6 in the tip jar, saying, "I haven't taken one for America for a while. I'd bed Kay Granger and tickle her saggy boobs with my fluffy tail." That's special. Thank you, TC, for taking one for the team. Greatly appreciated. Is Kay Granger still alive? I'm not sure. Hello, Midnight Nexile, by the way, and Select a Boy is in the house. Boy. Is Kay Granger even living? Kay Granger. I think she's still alive, isn't she? Not that you wouldn't have taken it. You wouldn't hit it with a dead woman. You mentioned one, I think you did, said Dianne Feinstein, and she's been dead for at least a year. Okay, Kay Granger. That's Kay Granger. She's actually, isn't she a Republican? I'm pretty sure. 12th District. Yeah, she's a Republican. So at least you're a bipartisan weirdo. Just saying. Okay, thank you. Thank you, TC, what do you call yourself this time? The slutty squirrel. Okay, fantastic. All right. But anyway, let's get back to the shutdown. So now there is a certain Democrat who's telling his fellow Democrats, y'all are idiots. And that would be John Fetterman. The U.S. government shutdown, now in its 6th week, has delayed November SNAP benefits for 42 million Americans relying on the program, while halting federal services and furloughing workers amid disputes over funding extensions for the Affordable Care Act, subsidies, and immigrant protections. Republicans controlling the White House, House, and Senate, which is that's the Democratic mantra. Well, the Republicans control the House, the Senate, the White House. It's their shutdown. Well, you're the ones shutting it down, though. They control it, except for you need 60 votes in the Senate to get past that continuing resolution, because you got to close debate, and the Democrats are refusing. So anyway, then again, Grok aggregates everything based on what other people write on Grok. So if the Democrats are out there gaslighting us, pretending like the Republicans shut down the government, well, then that's the way Grok will write it in their summary. So back to this summary by Grok. Republicans controlling the White House, House, and Senate demand a clean funding bill as Democrats are accusing them of endangering aid. Well, the aid's endangered because they shut down the government. Senator John Fetterman urged his party to take responsibility, sparking backlash, while Senator Ted Cruz predicts resolution post-Tuesday elections in Virginia and elsewhere, which as Advocate Stably said, that's what I agree too. They're going to wait till after the elections, and maybe till after the protest on Saturday. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent indicated payments could resume by Wednesday pending court rulings on a $5.25 billion contingency fund as protests erupt over EBT delays and airlines warning of safety risks from unpaid air traffic controllers. Now, have there been protests? I haven't even seen that yet. I see a lot of individuals bitching in various places, but not like giant. But there's going to be a giant protest this weekend that's been planned for at least 2 months now. And it's not going to be a spontaneous uprising, but they might get a spontaneous boost in how many people come and protest because of this BS the Democrats are doing. It's all calculated. It's got to be. Hello, Lord Stanhope, by the way. So anyway, and there's constant posts like this. So the Democrats post this. Republicans still control the House. Republicans still control the Senate. Republicans still control the White House. This is still their shutdown. And let's see what the proposed community note on this is. While the GOP has a majority in Congress, the presidency passing a continuing resolution requires 60 votes. Democrats voted to block the CR. Well, this says 13 times. Now it's 15 times. They've voted to block the continuing resolution 15 times. It's their shutdown. They are refusing to open the government. Now, here's Fetterman on This is CNN. This weekend, this is a short clip Eric Doherty put out here. Let's see what he says specifically. Oh, well, that didn't work. Hang on. Oh, it's because
to know that 42.
Right here. Here's what John Fetterman thinks. And
Deeply distressing to know that 42 million Americans are going to lose their SNAP benefits. And now that's one of the big reasons why I refuse to shutting our government down. And again, I feel like the Democrats really need to own the shutdown. Deeply distressing to know that 42.
There you go. They own the shutdown. Now let's see here. Somebody, our American goes shopping at his Walmart where normally everyone is shopping with EBT and food stamps. It's 3:30 p.m. The shelves are stocked and everybody carts normal size because we're paying cash. Everybody carts normal, no $1,000 buggies. Yeah, that's the thing. The first of the month, often, buggies. Oh, by the way, do you know what a buggy is? Because I'm going to guess that when they said buggies, you were like, no $1,000 what? Okay. Hi, Cashapp. What up, Kirsten? Apparently, shopping carts in the South, they call them buggies. I made a video about that once on my joke channel, I think. I can't remember which channel I put it on. Yeah, buggies. In fact, hang on a second. Now I gotta do this. Hang on. Let me come back here. Oh, we're getting okay. Let me see here. What am I looking for? Let me see if I can find this. Because when this person said buggies, I was like, what is a buggy? Oh shoot, I can't even do it. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can. Here we go. Let me see if I can find this. Oh, come on. This takes so long. It drives me nuts. Let's see. It is way down here. See, I did so many of these dad jokes that here it is. Here it is right here. This is right here.
What do y'all call these?
Don't you say it.
Do it. Say it. Tell them what they are.
Just say it.
Because a lot of people around here, myself included, we call them buggies.
Yeah, a buggy.
God damn it.
Or a buggy, if it's just one.
Stop calling them buggies. It's a shopping cart.
Maybe where you're from, they're shopping carts, but where I'm from, they're buggies. Those are buggies.
Yeah, regional differences can be funny. Listen, did you know that here in Minnesota, after you ring up those groceries that you took out of the shopping cart or the buggy or whatever, we put them into a bag. Also, did you know that our kids play that ubiquitous game, Duck, Duck, Gray Duck? Now you do.
Well, I guess it's not about buggy.
Sensational. Did I do that right? That's what they do, right? I got them both? Yeah, good.
So anyway, that was a kind of play because the two guys who reacted to that video have their own little shticks, and I did a play on their shticks. So anyway, if you want to hear a bunch of good dad jokes, though, I'll leave that link in the chat today. All right, back to the dire things that are important. So anyway, you got what the hell happened here? Why is this? Oh, that's the article. So anyway, we're in the middle of a shutdown, and and here's Ted Cruz, by the way, in an infuriating development. hang on. In an infuriating development, Senator Ted Cruz just learned Democrats are plotting to reopen the government after this Tuesday's election because they wanted to juice Democrat voter turnout. Wednesday or Thursday, the Democrats will wait until after the election day because they think its shutdown is good for energizing the crazies in their party. Absolutely unbelievable. Here's Ted Cruz saying that very thing.
Senator, before you go, will the government open this upcoming week? This is getting seriously impacting the U.S. economy. What's your take?
I think it's likely to open Wednesday or Thursday of this week. The Democrats will wait until after Election Day because they think a shutdown is good for energizing the crazies in their party. But I think it'll be either late this week or early next week.
Are you going to have to, Senator, before you go, will the government open this upcoming week? This is getting...
Now, by the way, some people... Oh, wow. Thank you, TC. Another 5 spot in the tip jar. Here we go. Thank you, TC. This is the McNuttyton squirrel. So I don't know if that's the cousin to the slutty squirrel or if it's just another nickname that you have donned upon yourself. TC with a 5 spot in the tip jar this time saying, I am bipartisan, all right. I'll take all the hags in Congress. Ain't no mountain high enough for me to climb. Low enough. I'm sorry. Ain't no mountain low enough for me to climb. You mean valley low enough? I think you meant valley enough because it's ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep TC banging the haglets or something like that. Anyway. Okay. Thank you, TC. You're a great American, and thank you for sponsoring the show. I greatly appreciate it. No, you're right. I'm not Marvin. I'm not Marvin Gaye. I know I'm not Marvin Gaye. I'm not trying to be Marvin Gaye. I am Marvin. Besides, he's dead. I can't be. I'm quite alive. So anyway, Democrats and their shills are very angry at Fetterman. With John Fetterman trying to blame Democrats for the shutdown. It's time we officially stop calling that jackass a Democrat. Even MTG correctly blames the Republicans. What? So is this dude supporting Marjorie Taylor Greene now? No, that's not Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's one of the Trump wives or whatever. Now, and Scott Bissett says the best way for SNAP benefits to get paid is for 5 Democrats to cross the aisle. Absolutely. Here's Scott Bissett.
President Trump just truthed out that he needs to hear from the courts how this is going to be done. And Jake, as you know, the best way for SNAP benefits to get paid is for 5 Democrats to cross the aisle and reopen the government.
Yep.
Right, but there is this contingency fund, and as recently as September 30th.
By the way, that contingency fund, the contingency fund is specifically by law not used for government funding issues. That's not what the contingency fund's for. The contingency fund for SNAP benefits is specifically for like natural disasters, huge emergencies that while the government's being funded. The contingency fund legally cannot be used for a government shutdown, but they're trying to say it can. So that's another talking point anyway.
The Cultural Department had a memo saying that these funds, the contingency funds, I think it's about $5 or $6 billion, could be used to pay these benefits.
No, they can't.
No, it'd only be 2 or 3 weeks, but that's a lot for people who need the food.
Well, President Trump President Trump just truthed out that he's very anxious to get this done, and it's got to go through the courts. The courts keep jamming up things. Democrats are in the middle of a civil war, and they should just open the government. That is the easiest way to do this. President Trump just truthed out that he needs to hear.
I need to start over. And then Sean Duffy, you don't use shutdowns to pass bills. You don't use shutdowns to hold Americans hostage. You don't use shutdowns for leverage. Let's listen. He can say it himself.
You don't use shutdowns to pass bills. You don't hold the American people hostage. You don't hurt the American people to get leverage. And that's exactly what Democrats are doing right now, because people are getting hurt.
And they're admitting
and again, whether you're traveling home to see your family or go to a funeral or a wedding or you're on a business trip, the hours that people are spending in airports, Democrats see that as leverage. And this is not the pathway to get your way or get your will. And I would just note, Martha, Donald Trump had a historic election. He won the popular vote. He won the 7 swing states. Democrats roundly lost.
Okay,